This is my recycling in motion car, using scrap and second-hand materials. Total cost £1,463. And I'm very proud of this logo. I designed it, I built it, I drive it, I love it, and that's all that matters in life. If you're happy with it, great. Okay, so this is the part you've all been waiting for. These are some of the parts that have been built on the car. This is a domestic water tank. Your household domestic water tank, and that is where the immersion heater came through. The radiator actually comes through there. That's an old cap off my racing motorcycle, a Suzuki motorcycle. This is a piece of carpet strip that you put on your carpet to keep your carpet down. If you come around here, these are 90-degree water bends. These are the connectors that you use, plastic connectors you use for water. So we use them for the lights. These are corner posts off a, when they're building horse boxes, the corner posts, these are the corner posts they use. My friend buys these in 5-metre lengths. He cuts off the piece that he wants and the other bit goes in the skip. So this is the bit that goes in the skip. So I got 2 of those and used those, and there's one there. These are glazing bars off a conservatory. So the glass goes under one side and the glass under the other, make an ideal thing for the bonnet. We've got down here the biggest boob I ever made. I like that little piece. This is a salad bowl, stainless steel salad bowl, cut in half. My wife was making a salad one night and I couldn't find anywhere to put the screens on, and I went in and I said to her, "Wow, can I borrow your salad bowl?" And she said, "Yeah." So I washed it out, took it in the workshop, cut it in half and put it on there. And so that means that I had to go get a salad bowl for her, but I got one from my mum, so it was a second-hand one. The screens were all second-hand. They came from eBay and Car Jumble. The steering wheel is off a tractor. The steering wheel centre is an old ashtray. The speedo is a mini speedo, and it's the only one that actually fits the cable actually fits, and the mileometer is correct. The speed is correct for the mini. The handbrake is original. The gear lever is original. The cables are original. This cable's original. These are the doors. What we do here is when we go down the motorways, we put in these lift out side skirts which stop the wind coming in, and that is the door. So rather than the door opening, we have the door closing like that. And then when we go down the motorway, to stop the wind coming in the side, what we do is we put these in place like that, and that stops the wind coming into the car. Mudguards front and back, they were spare wheel covers off a 4-wheel drive, cut in half, one for the back, one for the front. These tanks are dummy tanks. They are deformable structures, so that if anything hits us in the side, that deforms up to a 4-inch box section front to back. That then goes to the chassis, so we've got side impact if anybody runs into the side of us. We have an ignition cut out here. These are vents that people use in houses for ventilation vents. To have these put in, pressed into the alloy, were £25 per foot, which would have meant £200 a side. These, I had a pack of 10. I used 4, there was 6 left, and so I used these in here, and they cost about £2 or £3 each, these. Again, ventilation, air ventilation grills for air ventilation. The horn came off a putt-putt machine. I bought that at a car boot. Again, we have at the back here 90-degree plastic waste pipe angles, same as the front for the indicators. Under here we have a parasol which goes up in the centre, which I'll put up later, and you can see that when it rains we can drive at 40 miles an hour with that up and we stay dry. In there are also underneath there are tools, a trolley jack, water, petrol, tow rope, jump leads, anything we need if we break down, and luckily we haven't broken down yet. This here is the boot, so the whole boot is here, and in here we can get two suitcases, two chairs, the tent, and anything we need if we need to go away. And we have a central exhaust, which that proved one of the difficulties of the job again, was the exhaust. I've forgotten about that, but we got it to come out the centre. These are grab handles off a disabled hoops, so when people put them on the wall, they brought some for my father, they brought two pairs, they only used one and I used the others for this, so that was that. The wing mirrors on the side are large because they stop the wind coming round the side, so they're not only, they do two things, they stop the wind coming round and they also are large, so you've got plenty of view from behind. They cost £5 a piece from a car boot sale. This is the boot, and you may be able to see the construction of the boot is marine ply. All this is marine ply. These are normal 3x2 CLS in there, and then it's covered in aluminium. That's again is aluminium and wood. So everything in this, practically everything, is recyclable. So if I took all this apart, I could recycle the whole thing again, no problem. Another thing we have is, if it rains, rather than get wet, what we do, we take out our parasol, we screw this in the bottom, and we place that in the middle like that. We then put 4 bungees and then you can drive at 40 miles an hour and not get wet. And the other thing is, if it's really sunny and it's really hot, you can sit under here and you can keep cool, and it keeps the seats from getting hot as well, because black seats always get hot. And the other thing is, if we're sat out anywhere in our seats, we can actually take this, put it on a pole, and we can sit under that as well. So it has does two things. Everything in my life does two things, I don't know why. Of course, I forgot to tell you, the pièce de résistance was the Rolls-Royce headlights. These are off a 32 Rolls-Royce. The guy who had the car crashed the car in 1936 and nearly killed himself, wrote the car off. He decided to keep the headlights, or his son decided to keep the headlights to put on a special. He never got to put them on a special. He then found that his son was going to put them on a special. I met that son, who was in his 70s, and he had cancer, he was dying, and I went round to his house to buy some car bits off him, and these were under a sack, and I bought these off him for an undisclosed price. Very cheap, that's why I'm saying it's undisclosed. So these two are off a 32 Rolls Royce. The beauty about this car is you can take the bonnet off, and the sides unclip off. The other side unclips off, and you can get to everything. You can get to all the electronics, anything you need to get to, the fuel pump, everything. So it's very easy to work on. The top hose is the original one. The radiator is off a Massey Ferguson tractor. It's the only radiator with a central mounted cap, and that's what I needed, was a central mounted cap. So that is a Massey Ferguson tractor radiator. So everything is as standard. All the pipes, the auto transmission pipes, the power steering pipes, the power steering pump, the contact, everything is all original, nothing new. It's all existing. The exhaust, everything is, as I say, existing. The brake system. This is an extra radiator I put in. This does two jobs. It blows either way, which means that the air I can blow into when it's winter and we go out in winter and it's cold, we can have hot air inside the cab, or we can blow it the other way and pull air out. So, and there is a flap inside which you can turn to actually blank it off completely. So basically that is the workings of the car, and it's so easy to work on. The engine is a 3.5 Rover. The ignition system is it's an injection, and it's the early system. It's not the hot wire system. It's the system that actually has a sweeper arm inside, and that you can play with, you can adjust, you can play with them, whereas the hot wire system you can't. So that's why I got this system. And the air cleaner is off a Suzuki. That came from the scrapyard down the road. What else? The radiator came from the scrapyard down the road, complete with the fan. The other fan, that came from the scrapyard. Yeah, battery's new, obviously, a new battery. In fact, I've just put that on. Apart from that, everything else is as is. The steering, obviously, I had to extend the steering. And that is cold drawn steel bar, which you have to have, and it's pinned at both ends and welded, and that goes right up. The original steering column is a Land Rover steering column, the Discovery steering column. That's Discovery. Yeah. Basically, it's compact and it all works, and it's easy to work on, and touch wood, we've had no bother. The outer skin is alloy, stainless steel alloy. This is alloy on marine ply. The sides are marine ply clad in alloy. The back is marine ply with alloy.